Hey there, and welcome back to day 6 of our Thankful for 30 challenge. I am so excited and feeling so good about the 5 days that we've completed so far. So in the event that you have not completed those or not watched those, the entire playlist is actually linked in the description box below. But let's go ahead and dive into today.
I know it's nothing new, but it's so good to see you.
So today is going to be all about creating a thankfulness routine. Now, this might be something that you already do. This might be something that you're like, come again? What is that? This might be something that you're like, yeah, I've wanted to do that, but I haven't yet. Regardless, whatever camp you fall into, this is going to be something that is so very simple, but something that could be so very impactful. So we are going to kind of talk through that and what that could look like for you. Now, I cannot come up with the perfect routine for you. You are going to have to do that, but I can come to you today and share with you some ideas of how you could include this or start adding this into your day-to-day life. So as with any routine, we know that a routine is something that you're going to do over and over and over again, right? Brushing our teeth is a routine. Getting dressed in the morning is a routine. If you work out, that's a routine. You know, you might have a situation like my situation when it comes to working out is prior to working out, I make my, what I call my liquid gold, but it is my pre-workout. It is a electrolyte supplement. And then I also add a packet of Emergen-C because I try to avoid getting sick year round. I started this back in the day when I was teaching, and now that I'm subbing, I'm thankful to have this, but I've just kept that routine forever. I also really enjoy the taste of the super orange Emergen-C. So I call that my liquid gold because it's like a bright yellow mixture whenever I mix it all together. So that starts my routine. Coming in, making that, shaking that up in my shaker, and then going into my workout room. And typically what I will do is I will hop on my stationary bike for a few minutes while I read some personal development or professional development. I do that for like 5 to 10 minutes just to kind of warm up my legs, to get some mindset work done. And then once that is done, I push play on a 30-minute workout. So as you can see, that is a routine. It starts with me making my liquid gold. It then transitions into me walking into my workout room, sipping on that liquid gold while I am riding my stationary bike, warming my legs up, getting my mind right and in a good headspace. I do really good thinking and deep thinking I tend to find while I'm getting my workout in. So by doing that mindset work, that personal development reading first, when I go into that 30-minute workout, I'm already in a great headspace so that when I push play on that workout and as I'm going through those 30 minutes, I can have some really good thoughts. This has helped me and served me for a really long time. So that is a routine. Me sitting down and doing my Bible time. Let's turn a little bit. Right over here is where I like to do that. And then over here, I have my journal, I have my Bible, I have a devotional, another like prayer journal type journal, and then I have one more devotional. So as you can see, that's a lot. You know, not everybody has to have that. That's just something that I have found and I've really enjoyed that. But when I sit down, I have a routine. So usually, actually, when I first sit down, I'm coming in with coffee, sometimes breakfast, and I start with my Bible. So I am sipping on my coffee while I am reading my Bible. I do that from anywhere from 10 minutes to 30 minutes, depending on how much I read that day. I immediately go from that into my devotional. It's a devotional that ends always with a prompt. And so then I take that question or that prompt and I open up my Bible journal and I will go through and I will answer that prompt, whatever it prompts me to think about or answer. And then I move into the final devotional that actually has like room to write in that actual devotional. I'm about to finish that one up. I think I have like 3 days left of it. And I do that. And then after that, I just write in my journal if I have something more that I want to write or say that day. That is another routine. So in that same thought, in that same mindset, I want us to come up with a thankfulness routine. Now, this routine is likely going to be best served with some habit stacking. So if you haven't yet, I hope that you have taken the time to download your habit tracker. This is linked in the description box below. It is a free template for you to use. This is just my blank template, but I do have my template, or not my template, my actual tracker. So as you can see on there, there are definitely some gaps. There's definitely some things that I've missed, but by stacking habits, you're more likely to complete them. So in the example that I gave just now with my Bible time, if I sit down and read my Bible, I'm way more likely to do the devotional. And if I do the devotional, I'm way more likely to do the journal. So I've stacked all of those things together, and all together that takes maybe 30 minutes. If I'm short on time some days, I can condense it a little bit, but that works for me. Same thing with my workout routine. I'm way more likely to actually do a workout if I make my pre-workout, right? And so when it comes to this thankfulness challenge, I want to encourage you to find something to kind of stack that habit with. For me, as I'm sitting here thinking about this, what makes the most sense to me is to pair that with my Bible time, to go through, read my Bible, do my devotionals, and then I have that journal that I sometimes write in, sometimes don't. That would be a perfect time to spend some time being thankful. I can write it down in my journal, 3 things I'm thankful for every day, 5 things I'm thankful for every day, right? So that could be a great time for me to include that and to add that into my daily routine and add that as a thankfulness routine. Another time that I'm thinking would work best for my life would be right before I'm going to bed. Maybe I bring this journal into the bedroom, and as I am spending some time getting ready for bed, a lot of times I will read fiction right before I go to sleep. As I am doing that, maybe I could be reading my fiction, or before I start reading my fiction, maybe I sit down, I'm snuggled into bed, and I'm like, okay, the day is done. What are 3 things I'm thankful for, or 5 things I'm thankful for, or whatever that might look like. And I could sit down, get that done, read my fiction, and then that would now be a stacked habit, because if you remember from me sharing my habits with you last video, one of the goals or the habits that I have on here is to read fiction. So if I'm already working on the habit of reading fiction, it would only make sense to stack the habit of a thankfulness routine with that, right? So that is the goal. That is the point. That is the hope, that when you leave this video, your wheels are spinning on when you are going to add in this thankfulness routine in your life. It can be anything. You don't have to write it down. It could be every day when you get in your car to drive to work or drive the kids to school or whatever. The moment your hands touch that steering wheel, maybe immediately you're thinking thankfulness routine. So as you are putting your car in reverse, you're backing out, you're looking in the rearview mirror, you're driving down the highway, you're thinking of those things that you're thankful for. Maybe you don't take the time to write them down, and that's okay. So figure out for you when you could be implementing a thankfulness routine in your life and watch it change your life. Again, just like we've talked about in a previous video within this challenge, if you can focus and change your mindset to be more thankful and just more gracious on what it is you already have, you are going to be dropping that more mentality, which we touched on at the very beginning of this challenge. You are going to be focused on what you do have, on the abundance of your life, and less on what you feel like you need more of and feeling less than. So that is your challenge for today. I hope that you will figure out a perfect time. And guess what? You might trial it at one time and that may not work out, and you may need to try it at a different time. But let me know in the comments below when you plan to include your thankfulness routine in your day-to-day life. And I will see you in the next video, which is tomorrow. See ya.